Ahead with Christian Miller taking him down.
It's time for the Miller's Edge with New York Giants legend and South Carolina Hall of Famer Corey Miller and his son, four-time SEC champion and two-time national champion Christian Miller.
And knocked down again. That was Christian Miller.
Here is college football playoff national champion
Christian Miller
on Tide 100.9
and 12:30 a.m. WTBC.
And good Monday to everybody out there. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's arch support experts. It's a Victory Monday, so obviously we're feeling good on this end over here. Hope you guys are as well. A lot of football from this past weekend that we will dive into. As you guys can see on the title, if you guys are checking out the stream, it is a breakdown type of day. You guys know how we like to do on Mondays. We're going to break down the previous game, sometimes preview a little bit ahead, which we hadn't been as consistent on that preview front because it was like ULM was last week, and then this week, I don't know, kind of same thing, Wisconsin. We took a little bit of a slight preview, but we'll get back to really diving into that whole deal. Once we get into these big games for sure, Monday will be first part, breakdown, right? And actually, you know what? I was thinking about this too. The new Monday schedule is actually going to be this, just a heads up, because I know we kind of get sidetracked sometimes. And I figured, why not actually take these while they go live? The coaches speak to the media on Mondays. So this is what I was thinking. You guys let me know in the chat or, via radio call in. Give me your thoughts on this. I'm thinking we just play those interviews live as they happen. That way we hear it live, then we can respond. And I can just open up the phone lines as soon as we finish with that. Because if you think about it, we got a 2-hour window, right? I love to do the breakdown stuff. And definitely could do this for this week because we have so much time. Obviously, this is a bye week, right, for Alabama. We got plenty of time to look back before we look ahead to Georgia. So I do want to break this game down. There's a lot of stuff on tape that I would love to pull up on the stream, number one. So if you guys haven't already, check us out on the YouTube stream, right? Again, youtube.com/The Miller's Edge. You can watch us do the show live. And again, I'll throw up the tape on here. That way we can actually watch it in live time. But let me know what you guys would want. Would you want us to do the coaching interviews or the press conference stuff on a Monday live in real time? Or would you like us to kind of do what we've been doing, basically just going through with the breakdown, and then we get to those interviews when we get to them? You let me know. I'll let you guys decide. I was thinking it would make sense to do it live and let you guys respond, because I'll be honest with you. I think they come on. Chase, do we have an exact time? Is it normally noon? Is that when they start? Or did the coordinators go before that? It might be the coordinators before that. You don't have a schedule by chance, do you?
Not specifically, but I'll definitely find that information for you, Christian.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I was about to say, I want to say the coordinators might be a little bit before, so maybe they're around 11:40 or something like that. That being said, I think 30 minutes or so would be plenty of time for me to give my breakdown, get a little bit into some of the stuff on tape if we have it, and then we'll go to those live. That would probably be about 30 minutes to get all three. And then the rest of the show, we can go phone calls, then go back to the breakdown. So, again, you guys in the chat / our radio listeners, you can drop an app message what you guys think. Live coaching press conferences or just kind of do what we've been doing and kind of circling back to them. But as of right now, I'm probably going to plan on playing those live. That being said, big time win Saturday again. The biggest question of the day was, would Alabama be able to continue the momentum that they had built against a big 73-0 victory over ULM? The answer was yes. Right now, in terms of score predictions, ended up being a 38-14 victory. I went 38-13, so damn it, I've been so close 2 times now. Florida State, I got the score right, just the wrong way. And then ULM, I was way off. This week, I was off by 1 point. Reed, I think you were close. What'd you say, 38-17? So I beat you by 1 point.
I was at the game, and I was like, honestly screaming because I was so close. I said 35-17.
Okay, fair enough. So you were pretty close to. Now, anybody in the chat, I have to go back and look. And none of the ones I think I wrote down, I don't think were that. So I'll go back and look. But if somebody got it right, we'll make sure we get you guys what you were owed. Again, I got a signed football and some stuff I want to get to you guys. That being said, speaking of gifts, I want to go back real quick, guys. I got to meet up with our buddy Mike, who's in the chat right now. Shout out to Mike. You guys, hear from Mike. He calls in, right? Mike from New York. Well, Mike was able to make the trip down. I know if you've been listening since spring, right? Mike was saying he was excited about this trip. He hadn't been able to get to Tuscaloosa in, I think he said almost like 20 plus years or so like that. Could be wrong, but I want to say that's what he had mentioned back then. Well, he was able to make the trip as planned. And I know you guys probably heard us last week trying to figure out if we could get everything set up. Well, it worked out perfect. The timing was perfect where he was free. The players were like on a break before they had to come back to the complex. So I was able to pull through on that promise that I made to him back in the spring, right? And again, normally it wouldn't be a thing, but like I said, with things being a little bit different right now with, them trying to lock in, I was like, I don't want to overstep too much, but the timing worked perfect. And I got to meet Mike and his great family. I want to say phenomenal guy, man. Shout out to Mike. So nice. His family, but same, man, just genuine. Really grateful that I got to meet that, man. So nice. And even cooler, not even cooler. That's way cooler than this, but this is super cool to me. He surprised me with this, with the gift, man. It's a lacrosse jersey. My mom's from Rochester, New York, right? So it's a lacrosse jersey from the Rochester team there. And it's customized with my name and number on the back, man. It's probably one of the coolest things I've ever gotten, right? And I'll be honest with you. I'm a person like, I'm not crazy on like gifts, you know what I mean? When it comes to like birthdays and stuff, I'm just kind of, I'm very fortunate. So like special stuff like that, that's like customized, very thoughtful like that, man. I just think it's the coolest thing. And he didn't have to do that at all. But I just thought it was so nice. And I'll go grab it here in a little bit. That way I can show you guys, but super cool. But anyway, man, we got to get a little tour in, got to show them the players lounge and like the, meeting rooms, big team room, the trophies and stuff upstairs. So I was really glad that worked out. So shout out to Mike from New York. And again, who knows, maybe we can kind of set some stuff like that up. Maybe that can be one of the prizes you guys win. Now, again, I don't think I can just do that, every day, but really glad it worked out. I got to meet Mike, all his children, his wife, their wives. I mean, it was super cool, man. So really cool to meet Mike. So shout out to Mike, man. He's in the chat. That being said, again, we got to hit this timeout. When we come back, I'll give you guys my breakdown on this 38 almost said my score, 14, right? I was close, 1 point off. 38-14 victory over Wisconsin. A lot of good stuff to talk about. We'll do a quick little good, bad, and ugly. Not too much, really not hardly any ugly. There's maybe one ugly I could probably think of. And then not too much bad, so that's a really good sign. But you guys know we're going to be honest, we're going to be thorough, and we're going to break it down for you right when we come back right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's art sport experts. You're home for those art sports. Don't forget about them, guys. Again, you got a bye week right now. I know you're probably beat up for walking around the past 2 home games, right? Check out the Good Feet Store. Premium art sports designed to eliminate and alleviate all types of pain, whether it's foot pain, knee pain, or back pain. So make sure you check them out. Midtown Village right here in Tuscaloosa is where you can find them off McFarland Boulevard. If you're not here, don't worry about it. They're nationwide, goodfeet.com. Schedule an appointment, find the nearest location to you. That is the Good Feet Store. Improving the quality of people's lives 2 feet at a time. Quick timeout. Alabama, Wisconsin breakdown coming up next. Compax, ¿qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que, mi jefe? ¿Qué lo que? Let's see who's all in here. Ryan, what's up? Mike, of course, my guy Mike is in here. Happy Monday to you. Jam, what's going on? Q06, Michael, what's up? Dwight, yes, sir. Oh, of course, brother. Mike, thank you, brother. No, I'm glad that worked out, man. That was awesome, man. It's always so cool when I get to meet our listeners, too, that I hadn't met yet because especially the ones that call, right? Because, you have a voice, right? And obviously you already feel like you've known them for such a long time just because you connect with them through the show. But getting to meet them in person is so crazy. It's hearing the voice and seeing the face, and it's just really cool, man. So really good stuff. Yeah, we definitely need to try to do some more of that. Justin, what's up? Bob, what's going on? Bama Ball, what's up? Start around 11:30 the offense. Appreciate that, Mark. Yeah, so maybe we can squeeze it in. Or maybe we could have just – here's what we'll do, at least for today. Maybe we'll take Kalen DeBoer live. I would love to do all of them live because, I mean, that's the benefit of having this hour, right? We could just air it live when it comes on. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't know. Whatever you guys want, man. Whatever you guys want. Ahí vamos, todo tranquilo también para cuando en Fortnite. Avísame. Estoy listo. Pero para ser honesto, yo estaba jugando Madden mucho más. Pero estoy listo. Estoy dentro para jugar eso. Daryl, what's up? Stacy, what's going on? Tia, big bad Vandy. Dang, why is everybody spamming Vandy right now in the chat? They did beat up. Y'all trying to tease my dad. Matter of fact, let me text her right now. He said Mondays. He's good for Mondays, man. So let's see where he's at. And then Slade is going to be set every. What do we say with Slade? Is it Tuesday? I think Slade's every Tuesday. Phil, what's up? Yeah, if you guys have it, man, check in, man. Where's everybody at? Or where's everybody from? I mean, I know it's a lot of the same folks, but start doing roll call, man. Ah, okay. Me parece bien, Compax. No más avísame cuando estés listo. Where you stand after seeing Georgia and Bama this weekend? How do they match? That's a good question. We'll have plenty of time to dive into all that. Yes, sir. That's right, man. If you guys have it, man, hit that like button. We appreciate that. Always helps us out. Matter of fact, let me try to pull up some of this tape. I'm gonna end up getting the all 22 thing and then just putting that on here. That way we ain't got to worry about slowing it down. Tia, if you want to speed up the process, go ahead and help us get that all 22. That way I don't have to go through all this coaching crap. That way, because if y'all really want a real breakdown, we're not clicking around and speeding through it, then I'll just let everything run and we really could get into it. Tia, y'all spam and tell Tia in the chat. Stop. Why is she? Tia, you don't have to translate. I'll speak Spanish to my friend that's in the chat here. Ask the pastor about the pain of the Vandy pain. Wow. Yeah, I hadn't talked.
We filter Trump.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. I kind of felt Vanderbilt was gonna show up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot where I'm
military discount. One day.
How funny would it be if Vandy lost to Bama and say Tennessee went 10-2?
The right person comes along.
Shoot, I'll say this about that Georgia-Tennessee game. Oh, that's what I was supposed to be doing. Pulling up I'm getting sidetracked. The Wisconsin game. Excuse me. I will say this: Tennessee was looking damn good. That first drive or two, man. Aguilar was like 14 of 14. And I knew this, right? Georgia, aka our old system. That Tennessee offense, it gives a lot of people challenges, but especially like Kirby / Coach Saban's system, you just know it's going to until they adjust, which Georgia adjusted way quicker than I thought. The first driver trusted, oh, man, I know they're like counting down to getting to halftime so they really can lock in, but I forgot. With the iPads and stuff nowadays, see, we didn't have all that shit on the sidelines. But now they can adjust so much quicker and way better. Before we'd be drawing Kirby be spamming with spazzing out with the marker on the board, breaking stuff. Like those iPads make a huge difference. And welcome back into this Monday edition of Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's Arch Support Experts. All right, let's dive into this breakdown. And if you guys on the phone lines, I promise I'm going to try to get you as soon as possible. But you guys know how this goes. we got to get this out the way first, right? We got to talk about it. It's what everybody wants to talk about is a breakdown of what happened, what we saw, especially since we didn't get to do the post game. But you guys know I do the official post game show after the game on the network. So if you guys are listening to the broadcast there, keep it turned on that you can hear me and Gray Robertson break the game down. But here we go, official post game breakdown right here on the Miller's Edge, and I promise I'll pull up some of the plays and stuff as we go through it. But I'm going to talk about it first. And I'll just click around while I do that to find some stuff. All right, boom. Starting with the defense, man. Kick things off. My biggest challenge, right? Wanted to get more pressure on the quarterback. I wanted to see that. And I said going into this game, I really felt that we were going to get some opportunities to do that. Going back and watching Wisconsin, I know they got a new offensive coordinator, wanted to establish the run, but I told you guys, man, their running game is just – you think ours is struggling, which, it is struggling. I'll get to that here in a little bit. Theirs, it was non-existent against, small schools, right? So I figured they'd end up getting back in their gun and then trying to throw it around a little bit. We'd get chances to get after the quarterback. That ended up happening. We did a nice job. I want to say we had 4 total sacks. LT Overton kicked it off, kind of set the tone. And what's funny is this copy that I have pulled up right here doesn't have the play, but I remember it, so I'll tell you what happened. So it was a 3-man rush, right? And I talked about that. If you're going to rush, 3-4 guys, you got to be effective somehow, right? And I know that a 3-man rush is not – you're not expecting to really – obviously, you got 5, sometimes 6 if you include the back, 3 guys rushing. Man, it's hard to get home on that. That's why I was more impressed with that play. But what it was LT. It was a 3-man rush, similar – no, it's 4 right there. But LT was down at the bottom, working the left tackle, and had a nice inside move. The back tried to help clean him up. He ran through both of them and ended up making a big-time sack. And I believe that kind of set the tone for the rest of the day. I mentioned last week as well, whoever's opposite of Quay Rousseau, which is Yonze Pierre, I said I think Yonze Pierre is going to be a guy down the stretch that we need to step up. I've been talking about it for weeks. We need more edge presence, right? The only guy really I feel like is that would be close to helping Quay right now is probably Yonze Pierre. The other young guys, they're just not there yet. And he stepped up. He had himself a sack as well, had a couple pressures on the quarterback. His sack came from what we talked about last week. Remember, this is why you got to take notes when we do the classroom segment, right? It was a TE game, which, again, remember, the tackle sets the pick on the hip of the offensive tackle, and then he wraps. That's why he came scot-free, right? They executed it perfect, right? He sold it upfield. He wrapped. The guard's attention shifted to that tackle, setting the pick, going to the B gap, came home free. Beautiful play. Beautiful execution, right? So, and that's what I was saying when people were saying, how do you generate more pressure? Like, if guys aren't just winning their one-on-ones, you got to do more games like that. You got to mix stuff up. And I thought they did a nice job, even with LT taking the inside move. I almost feel like that was probably coordinated because normally if you're a contained guy, that's a cardinal sin. You can't just jump inside. But if I go back and watch it, which, again, it's not on this copy. I wish it was. But I would assume that they either had the nose, because that's normally what happens. You normally break it like that. The nose ends up wrapping and replacing. Or maybe they had a back or somebody who was supposed to have somewhat spy, right? That being said, really good execution. Pass rush, I love it. I will say this, though, guys. If I'm being completely transparent, you know we're honest on the show. I feel like it could provide a little bit of not necessarily a false sense of confidence, but I still am patient with the pass rush, and here's why. That offensive line for Nebraska was already being shuffled around. They struggled. But just watching them, guys, they were bad. Quay Rousseau had a really nice sack. He number one, he great get off. We talked about in pass rush. It all starts with get off. He jumped, not necessarily jumped the snap, but a great get off. He exploded right, got out the blocks, nice bend around the edge. Basically was untouched. The tackle hardly had a chance to get out of the stance. But they struggled, guys. Then they are replacing guys up front. I think they're on second or maybe third center, something like that. They were a pretty bad offensive line. That being said, the execution and the fact that we still were getting after the quarterback, I love it. I just do know it's going to get more challenging when we play better offensive lines down the road. So keep that in mind. So I wouldn't think just by this game that the pass rush is perfect now. But the good news is we took a step in the right direction. And I think that could, even though that offensive line was not good, I think it at least provides some confidence and it gives these guys some motivation. Like, damn, it feels good to go make plays, right? Let's be even more hungry to get after the quarterback. So that was good. Sticking with defense, Bray Hubbard. Hand clap everybody in the chat. Give him a round of applause. That Bray Hubbard that we saw Saturday was the Bray Hubbard that we spoke to here on the show, the Bray Hubbard that we all know and love, the Bray Hubbard that we expect week in and week out. Hardworking guy, flying around the field, not afraid of contact, making plays, coming up with turnovers. That was it. And shout out to him because, look, he talked the talk in the media and he walked the walk. And it wasn't talking the talk like just to talk it. He owned up to his performances. He acknowledged it. He said, hey, man, it's like pouring gas on a fire. He said he was motivated. He wasn't lying. And it wasn't just by the numbers. I'm also going off of, I guess I thought I had something else pulled up for him, but that's what it was. I got those clips. It also was the fact that watch him fly downfield, right? I'll pull it up here now. I mean, the dude was playing physical, not just better angles, better pursuit, but also physical finishes on the ball carriers, right? That's how you play football, right? We didn't see any of that against Florida State. I guarantee you if we did, probably would have been a different story, but it is what it is in the past now. But you can see right here, I mean, just literally from, initially just totally different. 9 days difference from week one, right? Love the excitement. That's how you should play, right? Read and react. What did I tell you guys? There you go. Look, this plays cover 3 right here. I'll show you a different angle. How do we know this? It's a 4 under, 3 deep drop, right? So you got curl flat, hook, curl flat. Bray does a nice job. He's got a late flat guy. The back comes out late. You see his eyes right there, but he knows I don't just chase this, right? We play deep to short. He's reading the quarterback's eyes. He starts to drop a little bit because he knows there's a route behind him. Perfect vision play right there, right underneath the curl, comes up with an interception. Great play by him right there. Bad decision and throw by him, just to be honest with you. But hell, take advantage of it. That being said, man, was so happy to see that type of Bray back. I think you bring that for the rest of the season, man. This defense is so much better when you play with that type of intensity, anticipation, right? Making plays, giving the ball back to your offense, and being physical. Loved every bit of it. I'm trying to think on linebacker play was better defensively. Those guys seem to continue to play much better than they did. Again, it's starting to make me just wonder what the hell. I don't know what happened week one, but the whole mindset has just shifted, which thank you, Jesus. Linebacker play was better. Nakai Hill-Green, I thought, played well. All the guys really, for the most part, I thought were just flying around, look a lot much quicker, a lot much more confident in what they're doing. Maybe it was just Gus Malzahn's offense really just had those guys shook. I don't know. I will say up front, Simmons, man, London Simmons, man, I think Landon. Really impressive, man. A guy, 3-star out of Mississippi, not Mississippi State, but Mississippi. Man, he's been playing some really good football. Now, obviously, still some freshman moments, and those guys are going to have to keep working. But I think the fact that what I tell you guys initially when Tim got hurt, this would be a phenomenal opportunity for him to really step up and grow. And then Tim Keenan comes back, and now you got quality depth behind Tim to rotate in there. And I think it literally worked out just like that. So now, as you go into these big games, right, Tim will be back, who's very experienced. You know what you get out of him. But now you bring Simmons back in the picture for some quality depth there. And I think that it honestly probably ended up working out really good. I hate to say that, not the injury itself, but you get what I mean. Like now you got this kid able to step in there with some valuable experience to take with them through the rest of the season. James Smith, somebody said in the chat, yeah, he's been stepping up as well. And I think this front seven, man, we got to have it. We've been talking about this, the keys, for this defense, man. Front seven plays got to be better, and it has been better. And that's why you're seeing a lot of these numbers, which I'll pull up some more of those stats. Like we call them on my post-game show, the stats and facts. I'll pull those up here in a minute. But trying to think off the top of my head, I think that's pretty much it for defense for the most part. But let's do this, Chase. Let's hit a timeout so we stay on schedule. When we come back, we'll talk about the offense and their performance in this game as well. And again, if I miss anything on defense, I'll definitely come back and cover it. But I just want to make sure we stay on track. But we'll definitely focus on the offense when we come back because, again, really good performance by those guys. Ty Simpson continues to shine, right? I told you guys, week one wasn't even that bad. But now you see, I mean, now that he's got his confidence there, man, he's really showing what he can do, and he's making a lot of plays. So we'll talk about that, talk about the receivers. Welcome home, Ryan Williams. All that coming up after this quick timeout right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC. Oh, man, I told you guys, man. You ain't going to get a more extensive breakdown in here. It might be a lot. Sometimes I'll talk a whole bunch, but there's a lot of points we got to hit. While we got a break, we can pull up some of this. What we do last time, then we do this in 2 times. That way we don't risk the whole copyright thing. There you see Bray again. Way more physical, man, coming up on there. I don't know why they didn't have the LT play in here. There they go, trying to hit the perimeter here with the jet. Knew you're going to get that, right? Trying to work the perimeter, seeing Florida State have some success off of that. Pursuit much better. You see Xavier Brown. Look, we finally got people trying to come up and set an edge, physical edge, right? I would love if he's not just turning his shoulder in there to really strike that guy, play with his hands. That way, if it does break, he still can, work to get off the block. But I'll take it. Set the edge. Why is that important? Well, now this guy can't get around him, so he has to cut up. Why? That's where the teeth of the defense is. You see all these guys running, great pursuit from the defensive line, great pursuit angle from Bray. Boom. Physical tackle right there, right? From the very get-go. After that play, I believe, was the LT play. I don't know why it's not in there. I could be wrong. Maybe it was the next series. But anyway, offensively, Will can get him beat on the inside. To be fair, it's a screen. You want to get those guys sold upfield. I do like the, again, play call there, getting a little screen game in there early. Always want those easy throws early on to build the confidence of the quarterback, right? These guys pop out 3rd and 9. I believe Ty ends up scrambling here. Good thing about him, though, he keeps his eyes up pretty much the whole time. This time he knows he's committed to the run, which I'm not mad at. If nothing was there, take off. Now, obviously, probably not getting that first down, but get out of bounds, protect yourself. We'll live to see another day. Excuse me. What we got here? Oh, Bray's interception. So they'll show it on this angle. I'll let you guys see the cover 3 here. Another teaching point. All right, so when we talk about cover 3, just a reminder real quick, right? That means you got 3 deep. Oh, wait, I'm tripping, guys. I didn't share the screen. My bad. You didn't miss anything. All right, so here we go. This is cover 3 right here. Let me make this bigger. Get on our old format. All right, so you got single high look, right? Again, cover 3, 3 deep, 4 droppers underneath. Curl flat, hook, hook, curl flat. And then you've got deep third, deep third, deep third, right? So you see Bray's down the box, right? You see him get a little bit of a reroute on this guy. I love that. Again, he sees his flat defender right there leaking out late. He'll break on that late, but he's got like a curl behind him. Reads the quarterback eyes. Again, bad play by this guy. I mean, you're staring at Bray, just looking at you right there. And those are right to him. Great play right there. Great play by Bray. But again, that is cover 3 again. So when you hear me talk, because I'm trying to make sure we explain this stuff. I know Daryl and others want to learn. Cover 3. It's easy to remember. 3 guys deep. Corner, deep third of the field. Safety, a middle safety, middle deep third, and other corner, other deep third. Then you have 4 underneath defenders, right? Cover 2. Got 10 seconds here. Cover 2, 2 deep guys playing halves. Corners are flat players. And then you got backers that are playing the middle. And welcome back into this Monday edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store. America's Arch Support Experts. Let's continue with our breakdown here. Now moving on to the offense after we just discussed the defense. Ty Simpson, man, he continues to show up. Second week straight in a row. I mean, the dude was near perfect, at least for the first half. And really, he ended up finishing 24 of 29 with 2 drops, right? So he really should have been about 26 of 29, which, I mean, percentage-wise, that's probably upper 80s, probably almost 90%. So really impressed with his continued play, right? That, I mean, again, we've talked about him on the show. I mean, he's accurate. He can throw the football well. It's just really a matter of him just getting that confidence, just getting to a point where, he could play the next play, really command things. And he's at that point, man. I think he's just getting better and better each week. Obviously, some more challenges down the road when you face some better teams. But I think he's built himself a very solid foundation. 24-29, 382 yards, 4 touchdowns. 1 was dropped. Again, Ryan had that drop, but it is what it is. This is one thing, though, I will say, and I'll dive into this. He led the team in rushing this game. He had 6 carries, 25 yards, the 4.2 average. And for his stats, yeah, that's awesome. We love that. As a team, that's no bueno. And we'll talk about why that is here in a minute. But really, I mean, just really solid performance by him. And I think he's continuing to just get better and better. I mean, he just looks so confident, so comfortable back there. And I think it's only going to improve as the season goes on. I know in terms of the rushing, that's if I had to pick one thing from this game that I'll throw in the bad, right? Not the ugly just yet, but the bad is we've got to be able to establish our running game better, right? It's not like they weren't trying to. We definitely tried to run the ball, but our offensive line, man, I said going into this season, they will be the key not only for this offense, but for this football team. We go as far as they take us. That's a fact. Ty, you guys see it now. It's not quarterback's not an issue. Remember going into the year, all these other pundits like, oh, the quarterback, they don't have a proven. And I kept saying, I'm like, what did I say, guys? Mark my words, go back. I'm not worried about the quarterback play. Even our own listeners like, oh, well, I don't know about, we don't know Ty. I said, listen, I've seen Ty. Ty is not going to be the key. It's not even like last year. It's going to be the offensive line. We're only as good as the offensive line is. That's a fact. It's not our receivers. You guys see how good they are. Our running backs. Look, we haven't had Jam Miller, but you see, I mean, Kevin Riley stepping up. I know Daniel Hill and Richard Young, I mean, they've done okay, but still, once Jam comes back, him and Kevin, and then even those guys, just throw them in there whenever you need them. That's fine. It's the offensive line play. And they just got to be more sound. It's not the worst, right? I'm not saying it's been terrible, but we can be better, right? We should be able to move the ball better. I will tip my hat to Wisconsin. Their front seven was solid. Now, we talked about that going into this game. They got some guys from the portal, and then they played some good football. That linebacker they had that completely ran through Richard Young, ran through his face for a sack. I mean, he's a good player. But the fact is, though, I'm focused on us, and we have to do better. Not only establishing that running game, but even just making sure down the stretch that we're providing consistent, blocking for Ty, right? Because if you look at the numbers, when he's clean, man, I mean, granted, I know he's got great escapability, he elusiveness, all that stuff, but when he's clean, man, I mean, that dude can just deliver the ball very accurately, hitting strikes. I mean, the receivers are going to be open. The offensive line, man, just got to be better. But most importantly in this game, we got to run the ball better, right? And I don't know if we need to try to get to some other things, whatever the case may be. But if you look at it, it's always like just like minor little things that just needs to be cleaned up. Like, our offensive line is capable. We just have to find a way to get them to do it consistently. And if we can do that, if we can establish our running game better, I think we'll be in great shape, because down the stretch is really going to matter. I know right now everybody's like, oh, well, we're throwing the ball great, and look at what Coach DeBoer did at Washington, and they also still had a 1,000-yard rusher that year. But still, and I know some of these quick throws can count as almost a running game. Sometimes you see that with the spread. They just like those quick throws, 3-4 yards here and there. It's almost like running the football. But I need a running game. You need everybody needs a running game, especially in this league. So that's the one gripe I really had with the offense. Outside of that, everything else was solid. Play calling, I thought, was pretty good. We just have to get better execution on our running game, right? And it's crazy, man. I keep saying, I mean, you look at Brailsford. I mean, he's the smallest guy on the line, but he's the best guy we got, ironically. Looking at the receiver play, welcome home, Ryan Williams. I also called this one. I said, knowing how it is as an athlete, when you have a bad performance, right, you typically respond pretty damn well. I know for me, like, I can't remember what game it was, but I remember I was like, I didn't have any sacks, and I just feel like I wasn't really active. And I remember, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I heard some outside noise. I heard somebody say something about, I forgot what it was. Somebody was saying, like, oh, Christian's been, like, hadn't showed up. He just shows up or something. And I remember the next game, I ended up having, like, 2 sacks. Because I was like, not showing up. I'm like, bro, they're going quick pass and this and that. And I'm like, nah, Brumpet, I'm not making excuses. So I knew, I'm like, man, this dude comes back. Like, we know what he's capable of, man. He's not going to just settle for that. And watching Wisconsin, I knew there would be some opportunities. And sure enough, he showed up, ended up leading the receiver group, 5 receptions, I believe, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns, 75 long. Should have had that other one. He had a drop. It is what it is. It's part of it. Play the next play, man. You got to have that mentality. Jeremy Bernard stepping up again as well. 4 receptions, 62 yards. I want to say he accounted for 2 touchdowns. One just counted as a rushing touchdown. And Horton saw the end zone again as well. So receivers look good. Latzia Brooks also still in the action. And the other thing that people might not notice is the running backs have been very involved in the passing game and done really well at it, right? They've caught the ball extremely well and provided a lot of just assistance there, right, for the quick checkdowns or, screen game or just flares, wheel stuff. I mean, like, they're doing a nice job catching the football out of the backfield, which definitely helps out a lot. And I thought tight end play was pretty decent. There's sometimes you do see our guys just get beat. Tight ends get beat. That happens. But this makes me wonder, I mean, like, if Danny Lewis can get healthy, I think it'd help. The freshman, Caleb, definitely got a bright future. There's sometimes you see him as a freshman. I mean, it's his big boy ball. So sometimes you see that show up, that he's a little young. But nonetheless, man, I think he's been looking pretty good to be a young guy. Think that's about everything I think that I had, other than I guess special teams. Got to clean that part up. And I'll be honest with you, it makes me wonder too. I mean, I will say this: punting has been pretty good, even though we didn't really know what the hell we were getting out of that. That hadn't been too bad, but I know, and we really hadn't punted a whole bunch. But moving forward, man, just hoping our kicker can be consistent, and because I just think that's going to be big. Even games like Georgia, when they're in those close games, man, got to have good special teams, and that includes the coverage as well. So that was probably the one bad part, I would say. But other than that, man, built off the momentum from ULM, played with intensity from early on. Heard from Coach DeBoer. He talked about it. They went into halftime wanting to keep their foot on the gas, and I'm seeing more animation out of him, right? I mean, I just feel like what we've seen the last 2 weeks, and I know it was ULM, and I know this Wisconsin team was a bad football team, but a lot of the things that it doesn't matter who you're playing, you want to see, we've been seeing that. Again, I'm starting to, and the more I see that, the more I'm just starting to think week one was week one. It was what it was. Now we're starting to see what this team truly could and should be. And I think if we continue to play the way we've been playing the past 2 weeks, man, we're giving ourselves a chance. I know you guys have been asking my thoughts on Georgia, Tennessee, LSU. We'll dive into that, especially throughout the week, because we got plenty of time with it being a bye week. But I think the way we're playing football right now and seeing these other teams, man, we're getting back to what I thought we were going to be this season in comparison with those other groups as well. So still got a long ways to go. We'll keep breaking it down, keep diving into it. But that is what I've got for you guys on my breakdown. Again, I probably missed a couple things here and there. I try to hit everything and managing the screen and all that good stuff. But at this point, now I turn it to you guys. We will get to these coaching interviews here in a little bit, but I want to get y'all's thoughts. I know we got people on the phone line. We'll definitely go to you guys. I'm going to read you guys in the chat as well. So if you guys want to drop your breakdown or your thoughts from the game, please do so here in the YouTube chat. I'd love to read them and get y'all's thoughts if I missed anything. Plus, you can always call in 205-342-9904. It's y'all's turn to respond. We're going to hit a quick timeout. When we come back, we will go to you guys. But for you guys in the YouTube stream, don't worry. We're going to watch some tape here during the break, answer y'all's questions as well, and we'll keep on rolling right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC. Oh yeah, somebody mentioned about the the rotation. They still had Michael Carroll in there rotating. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I'll be honest with you. He's young, and that could be tough when you get in this real SEC play, playing against some of these vets in this league. But I mean, he plays physical. He plays nasty. I mean, just the downside is he's young, and there's going to be some rookie mistakes. I know that Jaden Roberts and Vandermark still rotating some. Personally, I just believe just get Jaden healthy and up to speed, and just probably just roll with him. I just think that's probably your best option. But at the end of the day, man, whoever's practicing the best, whoever's playing the best, put them in there. I care less about anything else. Our O-line hasn't been that good since Saban's last year when it started to go downhill. Yeah, that's a great point. And we mention that here on the show all the time, man, that, our offensive line play dropped off before Coach DeBoer got here. But I'm focusing on this year, and I'm just saying we still struggle with a lot of the same crap, Proctor, as good as he is, still getting beat, giving up some stuff here and there, which I get. Listen, I know as good as anybody that players aren't going to be perfect, but for you to be that talented, man, you got to figure out what you need to do to be consistent, man. And I know it. If I was a coach, I know what I'd be telling them, but it's just, it's part of it. But the good news is I do like the fact that, at least contrary to some of the other times in the past with these other coordinators, Ryan Grubb is smart enough to say, I know my guys are struggling. My right tackle is not great. My left tackle gives stuff up. I'm going to put some chippers over there just to help them out. They can chip on their way to the routes. And I mean, I need to keep them in there for 6 or 7 man protection. They can still run a route, but on their way to the route, they're going to chip that defensive end to at least slow them down. For whatever reason, I don't know why our other coordinators just refuse to do that. Ryan Grubb has shown the ability to do that. Really nice throw right here from Ty Simpson. Sitting in the pocket, clean pocket. Again, when you have a clean pocket, he's got plenty of time to let the routes develop. I mean, and throwing that in that window over that guy and that guy, really good throw by Ty. That was one of his really, really nice ones. Matter of fact, I think they throw it here. Or they show it here. I'm sorry. Great job on the blitz pickup by Daniel Hill, meeting that backer in the hole. Very physical pass pro right there, running the guy by on the bottom of the screen. It was a great play right there. Ty rolling out to his left. Finding Ryan for the first down. See what I mean? Like the nice quick and throw. I mean, like especially earlier on in the game, man, I love that. Get them comfortable. Easy completions to let your guys make plays, right? I mean, he caught it initially for about 5, maybe 6 yards, ends up turning into a 13, 14-yard gain because you've got playmakers. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to be fancy or be cute. That's what I always say, man. Like just get your guys the ball. And that's why Coach Saban always said, be a point guard. Boom. Right? I mean, I'm pretty sure he's matched up on a backer right here. And just going back when people were talking about, why you play Ryan in the slot? This is what me and Slade were talking about, right? You see, Brooks working the inside. Who doesn't want that matchup? I mean, like, and why do you see Ty? Ty already knows he's going right there. Why? He's matched up on a back. I mean, like, it's not even close, man. That's easy money. That's literally like a gimme, right? Nice play by Bernard right there.
On Tide 100.9. It's 80.
Once we get this all 22 on the stream, I promise we'll be able just to play everything. I like that play call right there, though. I think that was where we got hit on another wheel route, man. Yeah, it looked like he might have been. And welcome back into Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's Arch Support Experts. All right, let's go to the phone lines, get y'all's thoughts on the game. Plus, I'll keep checking out the chat here as well, which actually, let's do this first, man, because we got to honor this is Super Chat, man. Again, Super Chats, y'all are spending y'all's hard-earned money to drop a Super Chat. So we got a $4.99 Super Chat from Superfly. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. He says, I truly believe having these key players back on top of the momentum plus the off week will be just what the doctor ordered for Bama versus Georgia. Roll Tide. Well, first and foremost, thank you, Superfly. Looks like you might be wearing military fatigues or uniform in there. So if you are, man, thank you for your service. I think, and what's crazy, we're talking about the running game. You look at Jam coming back. I think that'll help give us a little bit of a spark. I know offensively, offensive line speaking, like they need to do their part, but you just know the type of player Jam is, and sometimes backs can help. Even if the line play isn't perfect, they can find those holes. They have good vision and know how to hit the hole right and stuff. They can help out a little bit more, right? So I think that'll be a little bit of a spark to the running game. And then also Tim Keenan coming back in. We need his presence against Georgia. They want to run the football. I need Tim Keenan at nose versus, I know Simmons has been playing well as a freshman, but George is a different beast. I'd much rather have Tim in there as well. So I'm with you. I think that'll be good. Bye week is solid. That's why I said last week I wouldn't have played them if they didn't need to play. Give them plenty of time to heal. That way they're ready to roll for the big one. And, I think you're right. We've talked about this, Superfly, too, though. Sometimes bye weeks, man, you got to go about it and manage it the right way, right? So sometimes guys come out flat after a bye week, especially when you have some momentum. Sometimes it's like I don't like them right now because it's like, man, you're riding this momentum, and then you slow it down and you go back to bye week and guys get a little comfortable. Or they can come out hungry like, man, like, bro, we were really figuring it out, but we're ready to get back out there. So it's all about your approach and the mentality that you have in that bye week. When you go out to practice, approach it the right way, attack it the right way. Yes, we want to get healthy, but we want to make sure we keep our foot on the gas, even in practice. We might not have an opponent. Let's go hard. We'll have a weekend to really chill out. At least that's what we used to do. We used to practice like camp style practice and beat each other up for 4 days. And then we'd have like Friday, Saturday to chill. Sunday we'd come back, meet, stretch and stride and all that, get back into a regular game week schedule. So I assume that's probably what they'll do. But I'm with you. I think it could be solid. And last week, the good news is my co-host on the post-game show I do, he mentioned after bye weeks last year with Coach DeBoer, we actually always performed well, right? We had 2 last year, one before Georgia and one before LSU, and we won both of those games. So let's hope that same thing continues. But again, you guys got to remember, we go to Athens, and I want to say they have like a crazy long home game winning streak there. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be a good one. Looking forward to it. But again, Superfly, man, thank you so much for that super chat, man. Thank you. Big thanks for that. All right, let's go to the phone lines here, 205-342-9904. Who we got first? We got Pat up first. Pat, welcome in.
Hey, man. Well, our big left tackle got off his butt and was able to get. How did he get? Did he give him a golf cart? How did he get out there to make that block?
Oh, you're talking about down the field on that trick play, the reverse,
yes,
flea flicker thing. I don't know, but he was moving him and somebody else.
A long time to develop.
Yeah, it did, but hell, it worked.
Well, it worked. And the trouble is, did we need to show that to Kirby on film before we got to Kirby? I don't know. I don't know if a play could have developed that long against Georgia. What do you think?
So it depends. I mean, Georgia probably would have played a little bit better, maybe, and just because I expect them to be a better team. But again, Wisconsin was a bad football team, but at least their defense was solid. I will say this though. I mean, Grubb knows what he's doing. I know a lot of people are like, oh, why would you show that? Here's the thing. That was like a very extensive trick play, and I like that they called it aggressive. I mean, it's not like we needed it. They wanted to keep their foot on the gas. I like that mentality. But I'll be honest with you, Pat, there's so many things you can get off of that. You know what I mean? So next time they run it, they might fake the throwback and just keep it on the reverse. You know what I mean? So that they know what they're doing. They'll build off of it. They're not worried about, oh, we just showed that. If they put it out there, they have a plan for everything. So I'm not worried about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tell you what, hey, it came at an opportune time, though. Man,
yeah.
I tell you what, Ryan Williams looked like he was pretty fast. But when he stepped into those throws, they were on target. And, I mean, just what do you think?
Oh, man, I agree 100%. And that's what I was saying, Pat. I mean, look, with a nice, clean pocket, I mean, I think he's probably one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the country. I mean, he puts it where it needs to be. He puts it in a spot where the receivers can, turn and run with it. And, man, I know he's been great. Even, when he's on the run, right? Week 1, he was struggling, like throwing on the run. We're like, man, he's kind of, having a tough time doing that. But since then, I mean, when he has to evade pressure, right? He's keeping his eyes downfield, and he's way more accurate on the run than he was in Week 1. So, yeah, no, I think he's been about as good as he can be. Again, he had 2 drops in this game against a good Wisconsin defense, right? I mean, again, not great, but at least decent. He would have been 26-29. I mean, those are phenomenal with 4 or maybe even 5 touchdowns if Ryan would have caught it.
Over 400 yards. 400 yards, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really ask. I don't know what would. I think that's probably about as good as quarterback play as you're going to get, man. He's been playing really good football.
Yeah. But hey, man, Ty's little brother. Wow. I think he's been averaging 4 or 5 TDs a game. Hey, and guess what? Jet Samala, I went and checked him out. He's only had 14 touchdown passes so far this year. 14.
Yeah. I mean, and how many games is that?
In Nebraska.
How many games is that? Like
3.
Oh, wow.
3. So that
sounds good, man.
Hey, I'm man. Hey, the future's bright, and like I said, I think Graham has been offered, and man, hey, I think he threw for 58 or 59 touchdowns last year. They had to quit counting. It was just rolling up the numbers too big. But I mean, just absolutely amazing. But anyway, it comes from Daddy undoubtedly did a real good job up there somewhere. But hey, but now, did you see that? I know this was a coincidence, but our quarterback recruit, the Hawaiian from out in
Utah,
he came from the same city where Charlie was shot. What kind of a crazy coincidence is that?
Yeah, wow. I don't know. I don't even know if it has anything.
I mean,
but Pat, we got to hit this top hour break.
It ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Just that it was the same city. And I said, when I saw where it was shot at, I said, God, I said, that name, that sounds familiar. I said, that's where we got our quarterback from. Good Lord.
Wow.
All right, hey, you guys have a blessed day, and hey, let's get us ready for Georgia. That
That's right.
we're gonna have to, go over there and spank them bull puppies.
That's right. Pat, we appreciate you, brother. Take care, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes,
Bye
sir.
bye.
Good deal. All right, top of the hour break. We come back. We'll keep on rolling. We got these coaches press conference we'll get to in a minute. We'll keep talking with you guys, getting y'all's thoughts, reading y'all's comments, and during the breaks, we'll keep breaking down this tape right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC. All right. Sorry, guys. Anytime the politics stuff comes up on here, I'm like, man, we're talking football, brother. We're keeping it football, man. Keeping it football. With all due respect, I'll just keep trying to keep it football. I know some other shows do that, but here, man, we talk ball. Talk ball too. But see, he was running like that during the scrimmages. My thing was, I just didn't realize. Again, he was with like the threes during the scrimmage at times, so he was looking great during the scrimmages. And I remember I pointed it out after one of them. But again, for me, I was just like, he's going with the threes, so it's hard for me to say like how much I'm expecting him to contribute. But I was like, man, he looks good. Trying to see if there's any key things I want to hit on here. Again, you just notice, man, those clean pockets. I mean, Ty's just dropping dimes left and right, man. That's why I was saying the offensive line play went terrible. It's more so just being consistent. I mean, I like that. Let's go back. See what happened, though. You got a chip. That's what I'm saying, guys. That's all it takes. Like, and for the life of me, I could not understand why, like, Tommy Reese, like, his freshman year wouldn't just, like, refuse to do that. And you see he's still releasing for a route. Why the hell would you not do that? And you knew this guy was struggling. And to see what happens from that, like, I'm telling you guys, as an edge rusher, man, I could not stand chips. I hated them because, number one, is BS. Because half the time, like, you're trying not, like, you don't want them to influence you, you know what I mean, where you're, like, slowing down or going out of the way. And so sometimes it'd be like a crack because you're trying to just focus on just getting off and you don't know for sure if he's going to chip and you can't just slow down and try to give him attention, then get back to your. I hated it, man. It threw everything on your rush off. And you see what happened? Collapsed the whole thing. I mean, the dude was dead in the water, right? Making a nice play here. I mean, they just were highlighting the blitz pickup, keeping the pocket clean. That's what I'm saying, guys. I mean, if that offensive line can just do that consistently, man, Tiger can be surgical with that rock, man. Just let him feed his guys, man. Jet action, faking the jet. Got the back on a wheel. Boom. Great throw, right? And great catch, man. Taking it takes a hell of a shot. Kevin Ryan, that's why I was saying the pass game, these backs have been great too, man. Really impressive. Backs have been really good.
Forever. Visit seizethedeal.com/cities/Tuscaloosa.
This is Miller's Edge on Tide 100.9.
Really nice job stepping up at the pocket. You see the pressure, right? Ty Fields, it steps up. Touchdown for the half, man. Good stuff. Really good stuff. And welcome back into the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's arch support experts. All right, so we're going to get to these conferences here in a minute, but let's just keep it rolling. We got the momentum just like Bama does. We'll keep it rolling with our phone calls. We'll probably just make sure, I think what I'm going to start doing is trying to keep them a little bit shorter. That way we can squeeze everybody in, squeeze all the press conference. Sometimes I am guilty, and I guess it's because, look, I'm always fighting for you guys. I want you guys to be able to talk as much as you can, but to get everybody in, I might just shorten them a little bit. So it's not like you guys aren't bringing heat or anything like that. Just know if I'm rushing you a little bit, it's just so I can get everybody on here. 205-342-9904 is the number. We got Bryce up next. Bryce, welcome in.
Hey, Christian, I think
what you're saying is good that we got intensity, but we got to be real physical. Georgia's going to line up and try to run the ball down their throat.
That's right.
They're going to do it till we stop them. Is that what you see happening?
Oh, 100%. I mean, Georgia, they want to run the football. You know how it is with Kirby, right? He's definitely going to do that. And no, I think they're going to test us. I mean, that's probably going to be the biggest key. We've got to win the line of scrimmage in that game. Now, they will throw the football. They've got some good receivers too as well. But first and foremost, that's what they want to do. That's their bread and butter. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to buckle up in that game. And it's probably going to be the toughest matchup that we've seen yet. And you got to be ready for that. It's going to be a physical one. It's going to be a hostile environment, but we can't make excuses. We've got experience now playing on the road. We learned week 1. You know what to expect, so we just got to make sure we're ready to roll because it's going to be a challenge. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I think we're at least in a much better spot right now heading into it than we were a couple weeks ago.
If you talk to your dad, I didn't see that happening in Carolina. What happened?
I'm not going to lie. I thought Vandy was definitely going to be competitive, but I didn't know they were going to really beat them down like that, especially at South Carolina.
They beat them last year, didn't they?
I'll be honest. I don't remember.
I think they did. But
wait. I know because South Carolina only had 3 losses. One was Alabama. Who were the other 2? I don't know.
Yeah, Christian. South Carolina beat Vandy 28-7 last year.
Yeah. So the Carolina won last year.
So it was okay. I got it mixed up.
Thank you, Reed.
But what I was going to say, our secondary's got to have intensity like Bray had.
Yep.
I mean, number 2 got beat, and that kickoff return, they got to be more intense. You can't let that happen when you play good teams. You play good teams, that's going to get you beat.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like Wisconsin, that's the only thing they had was that kickoff return and that long pass. Secondary's got to be a weight. Number 2, he's a better player than that. He's going to have to get into a rhythm more. You know, last year he played a lot better. I don't know what's going on with him this year.
Which number 2? Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about on defense.
Xavier Brown?
Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it. You know, he got beat on that long pass. It's like he's out of position. And
I don't think he was out of position. I mean, I think Guy just ended up making a nice catch because, I mean, he tried to play it. It was maybe a step behind. I mean, but it is what it is. Stuff like that happens. I thought he's actually been playing pretty good so far, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I think they made it. Number 1 is a really nice throw, and the receiver made a nice catch. But I mean, his hand was like right there. Sometimes it happens, you know. But I think we can live with that one. I mean, but you're right. We're going to make sure, you know, going forward when we play some of these better teams, we got to be on our P's and Q's. But I don't think he's been playing bad. And I think on that play, really, he was actually in pretty good position. If I remember correctly, we'll get to it. I got the tape pulled up, but he didn't get like beat, like burned or anything. His hand looked like it was like just a couple inches away from deflecting the ball. I think he just missed it. But I'm not worried about him though. He'll be good. He's a good player. Oh, go ahead.
Ryan Williams had a good game, but you got to catch that ball in the end zone like that, getting paid that kind of money he's getting paid.
Yeah, but, I mean, but to be fair, I mean, there's top pay receivers in the NFL. They have drops too. I mean, CeeDee Lamb had a handful of drops week 1. I mean, I think people just got to remember too, Bryce. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Like that's one of those ones. You're like, man, that's a gimme, right? But at the end of the day, man, mistakes happen. It's just it's not like it really just comes down to just making sure you have that right focus, right? That you're locked in, really not thinking ahead. Sometimes receivers are thinking, oh, catch and turn. You just got to make sure all your attention's on the ball. And again, it is what it is. First game back from his injury. I'm not worried about that number 2 either, Bryce. I'm good with both number 2.
What I'm saying, I think the whole team, you just said the word I was looking for, focus. They got to be more focused. You know, especially when you're playing a good team like Georgia, you got to be more focused. You can't not be focused, you know, and be intense the whole game. You can't take plays off. You got to be focused, and you know, because competition's it's going to get better. You know, you supposed to get into the middle of your schedule. You know, you got to be more focused than what you've been in these games. Is the point I'm making. Does that make sense?
No, I do, but I'll be honest with you. I mean, I believe ULM. We played pretty focused, played with great intensity. I know it was ULM, and then Saturday, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I thought we played with good folks. I thought we played with good intensity. Outside, I mean, the kick return and I mean, there might have been a play here or there, maybe one guy or another guy, but I think as a whole, I thought those last 2 weeks have been really, really solid and in what we were wanting to see. I think you deserve a harsh critic, which is nothing wrong with that. But I'll be honest, I think me and a lot of other people, I think we feel like they've been pretty focused. But you're right. But you're right, though. That will be needed.
Yeah, I want more out of them to know this competition is going to get worse. You can't afford to take off plays. You got to be more focused because competition is getting tougher. You know, and that's where I'm at. I mean, this team, they could do better than that. I mean, that's
in this past game, like Wisconsin, I know you mentioned the late touchdown on Xavier Brown. And then the only other touchdown was, again, that was a special teams play. And again, if we're doing good, bad, and ugly, the special teams touchdown, that's going in the ugly category. You don't want to give a touchdown on a kick return, right? But you can seal that up. But other than that, I mean, again, the late touchdown to ZB, which, I mean, plays happen. We had 4 sacks. I mean, we got after the quarterback in terms of numbers. I want to say we held them to, it says they had 92 rushing yards. I mean, so they're under 100, average of 2.7. I mean, with Coach Saban, that's that all checks off the boxes. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we wanted to be under 3, under 100 yards, and the quarterback was 117 yards, 2 interceptions. So I feel like they played pretty well, Bryce.
Well, I see what you're saying, but I'm talking about the competition. It's going to get tougher. You got to. They're getting in the rhythm, which is good, but they're going to have to turn it up a notch because they're going to be the competition. It's what I'm trying to make. I guess.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, and you're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, no, you definitely don't want to get complacent 100%. That's why at least I've been wording it as we're taking steps in the right direction, and that's why I still say I by no means am saying like we arrived, but the past 2 weeks, right, I think they've been about as good as anybody probably could have asked. Could you have said, yeah, we wanted to not give up a late touchdown in the game and not give up a special teams touchdown and beat them, and then have Ryan catch that ball and beat them 30 or 45-0? Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's football. No, I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, it's football, and there's going to be plays that are. I mean, again, Wisconsin's got players. They might not be the same level recruits, but bro, I mean, they've got some good football players on that team. They're a Big Ten football team. They're not, East Tennessee Tech, So, but I get what you're saying, Bryce.
Appreciate you letting me talk, Chris.
Bryce, we appreciate you. My dad hopped on here, so I'm gonna. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hey.
All right, let's do this. Let's get Robbie on here, and then we'll get the Pastor Payne when we come back from this next timeout. Robbie, welcome in.
Hey, Christian, how you doing, buddy?
Good, brother. Good, man. How's everything? I know you mentioned the operation last week. Everything go pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, saying he had a little tough weekend from it. Just I'm assuming the pain he was in. So, getting 8 teeth cut out. But he did good. Just a lot of suctioning, but no, he did good. And I appreciate your dad and all them, everyone doing the prayers. They're felt, and they're needed and they're felt, and I loved it. So, and then we got to enjoy that Saturday football. A lot of great games. Started with game day with everybody doing the FSU war chant. Saban was talking. That was kind of funny. But
yeah, that was wild. Tennessee fans doing war chants, man. Very weird.
Yeah, that was funny. But that's college football, man. You gotta love it. But it was great to see the intensity that we played, but exactly like I thought would happen in the second half. I think our team speed overall took over, plus the heat got to Wisconsin. Looked like they just ran out of gas. But the sacks we had, the 2 that stood out to me was one Simmons showing how strong and how fast, like explosive line. blowing up the center, and I know it was a backup center, but he blew him up, knocked him on his butt, and got to the quarterback fast. That's an athlete right there at nose tackle. He's going to be good. So I'm glad he got some reps. But then the other one, you and your dad talk about violent hands all the time. And Rose, I think it was number 4. Was it Russo that came in off the corner? Is that what violent hands you're talking about when he got around the tackle and slapped his hands down so hard, got by him and made the sack? Is that what you're talking about when y'all are talking about violent hands on defense?
Yeah, and I think he might have did like a little chop on his way there. I'll be honest. I think he beat the tackle so much. I don't even think he really was so much of like the violent chop that really, propelled him like that. I think it was really his get off. He ran by the guy, but had really nice bend and came up with a big play there. It was fun. It's funny you mentioned that because I was watching again. Anytime I'm watching football, I'm like, watching for a lot of that stuff. I know there's several plays last night and yesterday, and I was like, man, I need to make cut-ups of these so I can show our listeners and our viewers what exactly I'm talking about. And one of those was, a matter of fact, I can't remember who it was. It might have been Harold Landry yesterday with the Patriots. I was watching Anthony and those guys played Tua in Miami, and just again, it's all about beating the hands, man. You just see he comes off the edge, and whether you want to call it a club or whatever, I'll pull up something on here that way you guys can see it. But it's something that, if I'm telling you, as a pass rusher, and there's different moves, like you don't have to always do that, but violent hands and beating the hands, we used to always have a saying: beat the hands, beat the man, right? And but that's a good question you have. I don't know if that would be my first example to use, but it'd be a great example about the get off portion, right? Getting off the football and beating that tackle to the spot. He definitely did that.
Yeah, he did.
He exploded out of a cannon there. And that showed that explosiveness that we know he's capable of. So if he can do that consistently, man, that makes your job so much easier because that's always step one. But I would use that example for the get off for sure.
Okay. And then one other thing is that I love about our team, and there's one guy, it's not flashy, but I feel very safe when he's back there, is Cole Adams returning punts. He just doesn't make a mistake back there. He is very safe. He knows when to catch it, when not. And he'll advance it 7-8 yards, like the one that dropped and took a high bounce. He advanced that 8 yards, and a lot of people might let that go and roll a little bit longer. And I don't know. He's unspoken, but I like him back there returning punts. He is very, very secure.
Yeah, he's a good player. No, he's a good player and reliable back there, and that's what you want, man. I think he's good to break one or two too. It's not. Sometimes teams got guys that are like safe and reliable, kind of like what you're talking about, but they might not really have that ability to really break one. But we've seen him; he can break it too. So he's kind of a really good all-around returner. Oh yeah,
and that's a tough position. I mean, you got a ball kicked high in the sun, bright, trying to focus, and you got 4 to 6 guys running full speed down there to clean your clock. So that's a tough position. I don't think people realize how hard that is. So, I like it.
And you get the sun in your eyes. I mean,
that's 11, 12 o'clock game.
That's not easy to do.
Yeah, but it was a great Saturday. Now we'll rest. And like your last caller said, competition can get harder, but we are improving where we need to be, and I think we'll be ready.
Yeah, that's why I get what he's saying. You definitely got to keep turning up the heat. I mean, you don't want to say, all right, we're back to where we need to be. We're good. No. And I agree with Bryce. I just was saying in terms of what I've seen the past 2 weeks, it's about as good as you would expect. I mean, you forced multiple turnovers in the past 2 games. This game, we said we want to see more pass rush, not just the number, but get after the quarterback. We checked that box. We continue the turnovers. Yeah, you know what I mean? Offense continues to work down the field. Now, I do think our running game that has to show up, but I mean, it's about as again, not perfect, but about as as good as you'd probably want. Knowing that football, you're never going to be perfect, so just got to keep building off of it.
And Wisconsin's defensive line is no slouch. They're good. They're leading the country, and they haven't allowed a rushing touchdown. So I mean, they're not like they're weak back there. That's their strength with their defensive line. So I thought we did fine.
No, they have a good front seven. Like that linebacker they have is a good player too. Christian Aguilar, something like that. But yeah, I agree, man.
Is that the one that blew up our running back?
Yeah, he ran. Listen, we always say bull the back, right? Because backs, I mean, they're going to try to get in your grill, right? That's their job, but they're smaller, right? I mean, if you're going to bull a 300-something pound tackle, shoot, you got a chance. This guy's 200 pounds. He's smaller than you. Bull him. especially when the quarterback's right there. There's certain times for certain things, but no, he that was technique, man. Bull the back and then take the quarterback with you. So that's a good play by him.
Yep,
Rob, we got to hit this timeout, brother.
All right.
I appreciate you so much,
Chris.
man. Great hearing from you. And glad Striker's doing better, man. Praying that he continues to heal up and some of that pain comes down, man.
Hey, I'm gonna get your dad a T-shirt too. What size is he?
What's the biggest one you got, man? You got any 3Xs? I think 3X at least.
I got some 3X.
Might need a custom order.
I might even have a 4X.
But yeah, 3X he should be good. Yeah, if you have a 4X, if you have a 4X, he probably. Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. I think he'd love that. Well, we appreciate that, cool. Man. Thank you, Robbie. Good deal. Yes, sir. Take care. All right, we're going to hit another timeout. We come back. We keep on rolling. Got plenty of calls. We're going to run through. Then we'll hear from Coach DeBoer to close things out later in a minute. And then we'll also get the Pastor Payne because I know you guys want to get his perspective. We'll get that. And keep on rolling right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC. All right, back to the tape. All right, we got man coverage here. This is Bray's other interception. So they bring both backers here, end up dropping Yanze. So it's a 5-man pressure, right? They're running man across the board. You got the middle safety there. And Bray just does a nice job playing off of this guy. And obviously another just gift. Bray needs to send that guy a Christmas card this year, man. He's giving them all types of early Christmas gifts. Jim from Facebook says, great listening to the show from Covington, Georgia. Appreciate that, Jim, man. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate all you guys here, man. If you haven't, man, subscribe, stay up to date again. Monday through Friday, we do this. Same time, 11 to 1 every day. And because, again, we are a radio show, just stream the show live. And drop a like. It's free. Just click that like button. It takes 2 seconds, man. That just helps us out, helps push it. And share the video, too. I know we had a couple people saying that they came here because some of their friends had shared the video with them, and they're glad that they found us. So you got any other Bama fans or really football fans? We talk all everything, really, SEC and all that. Make sure you guys share it, man. Plus, we like doing stuff like this, really breaking stuff down. And I promise, once we get to all 22, I promise it'll be slowed down. I can really dive into a little bit more in-depth stuff. But just know the mission is to teach the game. Proctor, come on, guy. Bad feet, man. Bad feet. And it starts, I mean, he's slow getting out. Bad, I mean, he's just returning, running. That's what he was doing freshman year. Those are those habits that he got to get rid of those habits. Got to get rid of those habits. Dude slips. And who was the other guy in that Vandermark at left guard? So remember, we were just talking about beat the hands, beat the man. That's this guy doing a good job of that. They show the back end. Great throw by Ty. And nice job keeping his eyes downfield, stepping up, even though he had pressure. This would probably be beating the hands, right? Boom. There we go. There we go. So, Robbie, if you're tuning into the YouTube stream, I know you just called. This is beating the hands. This is what we're talking about, right? So they're all working on a stunt, right? They're all working this way because you're bringing somebody. You see him work this move right here on Vandermark. Boom. Beats the hands. Now, the only thing he does wrong, he's got to clear it with the rip, which, granted, he still would have been in good position. But if I was coaching him up, you always want to throw a rip. Why? That way it doesn't let this guy have a chance to recover, which, I mean, he can't really do much because if you push him, you're pushing him into the quarterback. He's just in a bad position. But that's beating the hands, man. But nice job delivering the strike right there by Ty. Trying to get to the Xavier touchdown because I know Bryce was talking about that. All right, we got the Pastor Payne on here. I'll let him talk a little bit too while I'm doing this. Welcome in. A lot of people want to get your thoughts on the South Carolina game. So if you want to do it while we're on a quick timeout, you got 30 seconds.
Well, they just lost. And you lose your potential Heisman Trophy quarterback the second quarter, and he makes a massive mistake when they were getting ready to go up 14-7. But he run his own dog, dropped the nose tackle out. He never saw him, and then he gets hurt, and it was over. Vanderbilt crowded the box defensively. We got a backup quarterback, Luke Doty, who's in his 6th year, but just haven't played a whole lot at the quarterback position. Matter of fact, they moved him to wide receiver, tight end. He's kind of been everywhere. So, yeah, great. Vanderbilt's a good team. We knew that. And South Carolina just hurt themselves.
Hmm. And welcome back into this Monday edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Presented by the Good Feet Store, America's art sport experts. But don't forget about our friends over at R&R Cigars, rnrcigars.com. Code Miller's Edge will get you 20% off your orders. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. Plus, if you're in town looking for a place to hang out, fellowship, get the best sticks in the Southeast, over 160 bourbons, TVs throughout to watch your favorite sporting events. Plus boxing, UFC, that stuff they like to put on there. Check out R&R Cigars, 2703 Gary Fitz Street, the big mansion on the corner. You can't miss it. Make sure you guys pay them a visit, man. Again, if you're a big cigar person or you just want to go kick back, watch sports, get a nice drink, R&R Cigars is the place to be. Again, that is R&R Cigars, the official cigar provider of Alabama football since 2014. I got this play pulled up. This is that touchdown Bryce was talking about. 5:34 left in the game. We're running a six-man pressure, so you got man across the board. And so Xavier's got man coverage on the receiver out here. Really, I mean, he was in pretty good position. I mean, honestly, that's why I was saying. I mean, it just really nice throw. I mean, that's pretty much a perfect throw. He decides to play the man right. He's not going to try to turn around and play the ball, just given the position that he's in. Tries to play the man. I mean, his arm, I mean, if he probably reached out just a little bit more or whatever the case, probably could have deflected it. But again, that's not like a bad play. That happens, man. You can live with that, man. Again, we got to remember, guys, other teams are going to make plays. They got good football players, right, who are trying to eat, who are trying to feed their families, right, kind of fighting them off a little bit with the right hand. ZB just couldn't just get his hand in there just enough, right? You can see it close right here. That being said, let's go back to the phone lines because I know we want to get through these, make sure we don't leave anybody hanging. We might have some new callers. I'll be honest with you, this name that they typed me is a little off, so I apologize if I mispronounce it. Is it Anand, A-N-A-N-D? Welcome in, and
yes,
please
sir.
tell me.
It's Anand.
Oh, Anand. Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a typo. Yeah. Anand. Okay, welcome in, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh, thanks. First time calling, man.
Oh, welcome in, man. Good to meet you.
Thank you. Hey, just wondering, how does Georgia go from 28-6 to 44-41 game? I don't get that. Against Austin Peay, 28-6. Then they go to and beat Tennessee 44-41.
I'll tell you, playing down to the competition. Sometimes, man, when you're in those games, you're not looking forward to it. I mean, this Austin Peay, you're not really, I guess, probably playing the way you really should be playing. But then you go to Rocky Top and you feel all those fans, you know, the cheering raining down on you. You get in that first drive and you see how fast Tennessee's going and they're throwing different things at you, and you realize quick that you better get your butt in gear or you're going to lose this football game. That's typically what happens, and you start playing the way you should play. But that was, I mean, a heck of a football game. I watched all of it, and it was definitely a close one. I know Tennessee's kicker probably is, beat himself. He missed that kick, but that's part of football, and Georgia was able to win it. But I think it's going to be a good matchup when we travel to Athens in 2 weeks.
Yeah, given the history, I'm pretty confident. I'm not scared of Georgia at all. It always seems like that for the last few years. They got this big defense, and Kirby's got them going, and then Bama beats them.
One thing you see out of Georgia, Anad, is you see that I love watching Georgia because he carries the mystique of Nick Saban in the college football game. He coaches the exact same way. He has the same mannerisms. They play the same defense. They're big in the run game, but yet they will throw it, as well. So watching Georgia, I have a chance to reflect and watch Alabama. And
because Kirby is who Alabama used to be. And I'm still kind of a little mad that Alabama has gotten away from that style of football because it still works. It still gets you to the top of everything in the country as far as college football is concerned. And I love the defense, even though they gave up a ton of points. Tennessee plays a type of offense that, as a defense coordinator, you have to go in and say, we're going to give up yards, we're going to give up plays, we're going to have to make some critical stops here and there, especially in the red zone time to time. And our offense got to play keep away and hopefully have a chance in the fourth quarter. And that's what they did. I mean, they got down early. They didn't panic. They responded offensively when they had to respond. They got some stops in there when they needed to get stops, and that got them back in the ball game. And so, I love Georgia. I know you say you're not afraid. I don't think the team is afraid of Georgia because they put their pants on the same way. But going to Athens, and I've been there 2 times, played there twice in my college career. Tough place to play. This is a tough football team. It's going to be the absolute best test, and we're going to know everything we need to know how far this Alabama football team has come based on the last 2 weeks, who look absolutely excellent in my opinion. But is this based on who they are now, or is it based on the level of competition? But a couple of weeks, we won't get that answer until then.
Oh yeah, I no doubt. I agree with you 100%. Athens is definitely going to make a difference going in there. But like I said, in that championship game where we had Mechie and Jim, or somehow I didn't think we had a chance against Georgia, and we went out there and just whooped them from, beat the brakes off them. So that's why I'm always optimistic.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, and look, I know everybody's like, "Oh, we'll coach the board in Alabama." We've always had Kirby's number, but I'm like, remember, history, I guess, can kind of give you some, I guess, keys. But going to Athens, I don't know what their record is, but their home record is something crazy long too. I mean, so you got to add that to the list. Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember the last time they lost at home. So they're not going to try to let us like 3 years almost.
Yeah, it's like 33-0, I guess, something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
They're tough, man, and they got listen. Gunnar Stockton proved something to me too, because I went into the season with Gunnar Stockton saying, "Hey, this guy's is a competitor, right? He's a true dual threat, but he can't really throw the football down the field." Well, he proved everybody in the country wrong. He can. He can throw it down the field, and he's tough as they come, man. And they got backs that are tough. At number 3, I'm drawing a blank what his name is. He runs extremely violent, and I love how he gets things done. So, listen, Georgia's a good football team. They recruited at the high level. They're going to have some players on defense. They're going to have a big offensive line that's physical. And Alabama, Georgia, that's what you want, maybe week 4 or 5 of the college football season. I'm sure college game day, Alabama should maybe be close right outside, climbing their way back close to the top 10. They're going to be just right outside with Clemson losing. South Carolina losing others. So, Alabama's going to get back where they need to be, and they'll have a chance to get in the top 5 if they can beat Georgia. I mean, so they'll be right back. They'll be right back.
Yeah, that's the key. If we beat Georgia, I think a lot of people will officially be able to move past week 1, Florida State, and really have Bama back in that contender conversation, not just for the conference, but even nationally. I think that would be such a statement, going on the road and beating a really talented Georgia football team. Hey, Anand, do you have one last thing you want to hit real quick before we squeeze in our next caller?
Real quick. We got 2 weeks before the game. I got an off-the-wall question. Does anybody miss SEC on CBS?
Do we miss it?
Yeah.
I mean, I like the nostalgia of it. You know what I mean? Like, just because that's growing up, that's all I knew, right? Or in recent years, at least. So, I mean, but I'll be honest. At the end of the day, man, football is football. So I just enjoy watching it. But yeah, I mean, if you ask me, like, do I miss kind of like the SEC, the CBS thing, the music, the announcer? Yeah, I mean, that was great while it was there. But as long as I still got football.
It was a staple, and Gary Danielson and those guys. I mean, just to get used to that sound, right? It's kind of like me playing NFL. I love Pat Summerall and John Madden. It's just that sound. I mean, when I go back and pull up old video and hear them calling my name and you're John Madden. You know, you just say your name, it just brings back those crazy emotions. So and I'm sure some people, but a lot of people didn't like Gary Dayson. They didn't like those guys. I mean, as
Bama
commentators, but
hater.
I mean, so yeah, I mean,
But
so
like you said, it told the story though. Even though he's a Bama hater, I know people were annoyed. It's like
yeah,
you got used to that. It was kind of almost, I don't know.
right. You know, I mean, hey,
Yeah,
it is
just
what it is.
Vern Lundquist and Gary Downs were both Bama haters, but they were good commentators, man. I tell you what, the Iron Bowl last year didn't seem like the Iron Bowl without those guys. I'm just me, man. I miss it.
Yeah,
I don't know what the other people think
and
about
I
it, but
think there's a
I
lot of people.
definitely miss it.
I think there's a lot of people that probably would concur with you, agree with you. So good to hear from you, brother.
Yes, sir. No, I appreciate you calling,
All right,
man.
thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank
All
you,
right,
man.
thank you, guys.
Look forward to hearing from you again, man. Good deal. All right, we got Ken up next. Let's keep on rolling. We got Ken up next. Ken, welcome in.
Hey guys, what's going on? Roll Tide Roll.
What's up, Ken? Roll Tide, brother.
Roll.
I'm just listening to these spoiled Bama fans, man. I'm 58 plus years old. Been a Bama fan since '72. I'm listening to these guys call in and complain about Zabian giving up a touchdown, Ryan dropping one. I mean, you got to make that catch, you know, and he usually does. But man, everybody ain't gonna be perfect. They're acting like under Saban, which I mean we won, and I love Saban. I love Coach Bryant. Grew up with him. But I'm just saying, these games ain't gonna be perfect, man. Y'all both played, you know that. There's gonna be lapses. There's gonna be times, and those other teams. And Christian, you said it right before I got on there to say it. They act like these other guys ain't on scholarship, that they ain't no good,
Right.
that they ain't ever gonna make a play. I mean, you know, they out there the same as Bama. You talking about a Big Ten team? Now, are they upper echelon this year? No, but normally they are, and they hadn't allowed a rushing touchdown until we gave up we gave them the one with, I know it was on Jeremy, but still they gave up one, and that front seven, like you said, Christian, that linebacker Zero, that boy could hit. He could play.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
he was
Yes,
one of the
sir.
few guys on that team. Him and at number 4 too. I think both of those guys could play at Bama. And, you know, in that receiver, the one that returned the kickoff, it might have been a DB. He was either a DB or receiver, but the one that returned the kickoff, you know, they had a little bit of speed, but Bama just had too much talent for them. But we ain't gonna be perfect every time, man. You know, and people talking about the Ty missed 5 passes, and you know, 2 of those were drops. I mean, you ain't gonna be perfect. Did y'all look at? I know you watched it because I watched games all over the nation. Man, Ty looked like Peyton Manning out there compared to most of the quarterback play I saw Saturday.
Lagway had 4
I mean,
interceptions down in Death Valley. I mean, or if not 5.
Yeah, 5.
No,
Yeah.
Ty,
5,
Hey,
yeah.
and
Ty was phenomenal.
Nussmeier, yeah, Nussmeier looked terrible. Klubnik looked terrible. I mean, we're talking about these guys. Lenore Stellars, I know he got knocked out of the game, but he wasn't lighting it up. In fact, if I was going with my top, let's say 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the SEC right now, I'd go Mateer, Ty, Pavia, and
Aguilar.
who else? Let's see.
Yeah, they got to go
Tennessee's
Aguilar,
quarterback,
Tennessee,
decent. I mean,
and I think
he
he might have to go
wasn't
Gunner
perfect.
Stockton. I mean, see, he's been playing his tail off. Listen, I didn't get a chance to talk about Ty Simpson. I'm glad you brought that up, man. The dude is playing some phenomenal football. I mean, his confidence
Phenomenal.
is high, and it just goes to show you
Right.
if the offensive line, I heard Christian allude to this earlier, that if the offensive line can hold up, give him time, he's such a smart quarterback. And I know that when he
Yeah.
scans the field, he understands where the football needs to go. And then if it's not there, he knows when to pull it down and escape or try to buy time. Ty Simpson to me it's a complete awesome dual threat quarterback that don't have to run the ball all the time. He's good enough and he's fast enough. He's got moves. You saw him on that sideline. He can make people miss. I mean, he's an underrated athlete at the position. So I'm just hoping this offensive line can come around, which still gives me a little bit of nightmares. So I'm not going to lie to you. If there's one negative that I have from this game is the offensive line. I don't know why
I
Caden
agree,
Proctor
Corey.
hasn't gotten better. I don't know why he can't move his feet. I don't know why he keeps opening up the gate for guys who are speed rushers just running around him. I don't know why nobody has taught him and coached him. I mean, these terrible footwork. I mean, all of these things happen. The right tackle is a problem. So when they play better teams on the road at LSU, they game probably maybe at night. You know, they got speed. Oklahoma has speed. South Carolina's going to have Dylan Stewart, one of the best passers in the country. I mean,
Yep.
I don't know. If they're going to compete
Oh,
at
I
the
agree.
high level, the offensive line, they have to be a lot better than what I've seen. And right now, they give me a lot of reason for concern.
Well, you know what? I keep hearing, and I'm sure y'all hearing it too, but Michael Carroll going to end up taking that right tackle spot. I wouldn't be opposed to him taking that left tackle spot. And then we get Jaden Roberts back in there for Vandermark. That's going to make that line better because when those guys ran on Saturday, they ran on a couple of those touchdown plays or even some long passes at Ty, had plenty of time. But I'm with you. Proctor don't impress me. I think he's going, if he goes NFL, which he will because of his size and all, he's going to play guard. He ain't going to play tackle. I don't know why they don't just go ahead and move him.
Yeah,
I mean, you think
it's going to be
Because
Evan Neal.
I'll tell you
It's
why.
Evan Neal, Evan Neal part 2.
Well, I'll tell you why they don't move him because we don't have anybody that's better, unfortunately. Which I know people that should be telling that we have to get better linemen, right? Whether it's a combination of recruiting, developing,
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean we just don't really have the guys in that room, to be honest with you. That I mean, why do you think we have a battle at right tackle with a true freshman right now, and a guy that right? Well, that guy. Well, no, I mean, he's looked okay in practice, but not nearly what Caden Proctor can do. You know what I mean? He's a true freshman. I mean,
and
so
that's
it's just one of those
bad.
things.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so unfortunately, man, you're working what you got. And again, in Proctor, I mean, compared to a lot of other schools, it's not. The only reason we're hard on Proctor is because he's got all the potential in the world. Like, there's a reason all these NFL scouts think he can potentially be a top pick, but he just got to do it consistently, man. And like my dad said, it's the things that he can clean up. Like, it's not anything physical, right? I mean, I know he's bigger. I think he'd benefit from losing weight, but go ahead.
The one thing that hurts him, he's never been through a spring practice. He ain't been through one at Bama. Every year, you know, he had shoulder surgery this year. The year before, you know, he did the Iowa deal. You know, I mean, he ain't been through one. You know, and I question, is he in shape? I know he's a big guy anyway, and he's got a different body build. But is he in shape? If you know yourself, y'all, like I said, y'all played. If you don't go through that spring practice and you ain't training, you know, it's like I heard a guy say, if Ryan Williams is out, you know, his body style, he can get back in shape in 2 weeks. Proctor can't get back in shape in 2 weeks. You know, he needs a few months, right? You agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's I'm going to say this because I know the offensive line is one crucial position that requires extensive development. And you hear, if you go to the highest level of the National Football League, you hear them rave about offensive line coaches who can get the maximized potential out of their guys. I don't know this offensive line coach. I know he came from Michigan State or somewhere.
Yeah, Kaplivic. I don't know much about him either.
Year and a half.
Did he cut out?
Right.
Matter of fact,
nah,
they haven't gotten better at all.
Okay.
Let me say one more thing, and I'll leave y'all.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
don't think so either. But I tell you one thing that helped. Ty helped the offensive line, and it goes back to what you said, Corey. He was climbing the pocket because he already knew on his backside. I think he felt the pressure a lot of times. I think he thought that pressure was going to be there anyway, so he was going ahead and climbing that pocket and letting it loose. So, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and
But after a while, you're
I
like,
was when I was going to say
Go
we've
ahead.
got his highlights pulled up on the screen on our YouTube stream, and literally you see each clip. I mean, his footwork, number one, much better. I mean, it's been really good. And then you're talking about climbing and sensing that. You see it consistently, like that one clip where Proctor did just kind of open the gate. You know, dude just runs around him. You see Ty's head feel like you can tell he periffs it or whatever, and literally steps up and delivers a strike to Jeremy Bernard. So he's been doing a really good job of that. Hey, hey Ken, we got to hit this break, man. Great stuff, man. Really appreciate you calling us, man.
Hey, I appreciate it. Listen to this, though, right quick. Tennessee was without their 2 starting corners, Corey. I know you like Gunnar Stockton, but he was throwing against 2 freshmen. Remember that. Bama's better at DBs than Tennessee. Roll Tide, guys. Thank you.
That's fair. Yes, sir. Roll Tide, brother. All right, good deal. We got to hit this timeout. We come back. We got one last segment, and we'll keep on rolling right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC. Sorry, I just muted you because it was kind of going in and out. I just wanted to let him finish real quick.
I don't know why, because I got full service on my Wi-Fi.
I don't know. It might have just been a
weird
bad spot or something.
I'm gonna get off.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, you're good. Oh, that's what I was going to show you guys real quick. So this is that play that other copy didn't have, but it's exactly like I thought. Right? He's breaking it to the back, right? Which that's new. We hadn't really seen them break to the back in these odd looks. So again, I think that's probably Jamie. If I had to guess, probably Jamie going back and kind of putting maybe in Kane's ear or something. But you see, they break it to the back. Who you have replacing? You got the linebacker. Like I said, either the nose is going to wrap the container, or you're going to have a backer, and that's what you got. Deontay's wrapping. So again, something we didn't really see first couple games. But you see how it works out, right? That's what all I was saying in terms of like, you can do things and find ways to try to, you know what I mean, move stuff around or do different little small changes to be much more effective. And this is one of them, right? If you're doing a 3-man rush, and I'm not trying to be funny, but you don't really have like Von Miller or, Myles Garrett, who you could say, all right, man, we got a 3-man rush, but we know these dudes are just going to go cook. Fair. We don't have that. So what do? You break it to the back. He takes the inside move, claps the pocket, and you got this backer right here. His job is he seeks out that quarterback, but he knows, because I used to play this position. We used to call it a buck in this system. Oh, sorry, I thought I was muted for a second. He knows he's going to cheat to one side, right? Because this guy's going to be breaking it. Normally that guy will flush, especially if you go break it right here. Normally he might try to escape this way. That's why he's cheating there. But the other thing I was going to point out, again, on the other side, he's got a high speed rush. Right? Why? Because you've got protection right here. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't seeing these types of games. That's why I was confused. I'm like, why are we not running things like that? This is what we used to run when I know for a fact. Jamie probably has some influence on this, so thank you. But you tell him high speed rush, right? Because if you beat him, great. But if not, you're going to force him up. And if he gets forced up, guess what? He's either going to this guy or he's right in this guy, right? That's literally exactly what we used to run when we used to get these looks, when we used to rush out of odd. That's one of the best ways to affect the quarterback out of odd. It's all designed. It's designed to make this guy step up and force him right into your spot. So great execution there. But again, that was stuff I wasn't seeing, and it was kind of pissing me off. But now we're seeing it. So great job there. Only thing I would say is here, if you're going to go high speed, right? Because again, I play this position too in this look sometimes. It depending on who I was in with. He just tries to just go a naked rip. I don't like that. I'll tell you why. See how this tackle's lunging like that? If he would have threw a violent chop, he would have cleared this guy. He probably would have ended up getting the sack himself. See how he ends up getting pushed because the tackle's hands aren't influenced. He's just trying to just throw like a soft rip up there. Great bend, though. Love the bend. Great bend right there. But you see how high he gets.
If he would have threw a chop right there, he would have cleared that way, way tighter. But great execution though. Is there anything else I was going to hit? Were you about to say you got like 10 seconds before you come back?
I'll tell you, guy that
and I
was
don't think
asking.
Go ahead.
The guy that was asking, I'm a 3X shirt, but if it's like a bodysuit, I
Oh,
want
Robbie?
4X. Yeah, I want 4X because I like loose stuff. Like you like tight clothes. I like loose clothes.
Fair. That's fair.
It's truth. Facts.
And welcome back into the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's Art Sport Experts. Again, if you haven't checked us out on YouTube, make sure you guys do, because over the break, I broke down that first LT Overton sack that I've been wanting to break down, because it literally was a great way to start the game, right? Getting off the field on third down, 3rd and 19. But the biggest thing, I'm just recapping for our radio listeners, right? They got a little more creative out of their odd rush. And I'm going to post this on Twitter so people understand. But again, the philosophy is what we used to do. It's called breaking it to the back. You're sending the guy to the back. He's going to take the inside move where you have a guy that's ready for contain, this being Deontay Lawson. But also you tell the guy at the top, away from the back, you're a high-speed rusher. Why? Because you have insurance. What is insurance? Deontay Lawson, meaning I'm going to try to go beat this guy high speed, because not only do I have a chance to just use my athleticism and win, but it's all designed to force the quarterback where? To the free floater, which is Deontay Lawson, right? So that way you take the inside move, he's going to float here. If you force him up top with that high-speed rush, he's going to step up. Either way, Deontay Lawson's waiting right there. Normally the quarterback doesn't even realize it because he's over here looking at his reads. He don't realize there's a guy just creeped up waiting on him, right? It's almost like setting up a trap. Great execution there. LT just happens to get home before that even happens. But anyway, check us out on YouTube if you haven't already, if you want to see more of the breakdown stuff. All right. I know we got to get to Tommy real quick to wrap things up. I don't even think the coaches spoke to the media today. I don't see anything right now. Maybe
They don't need to speak. They need to just be quiet. Just go to practice. Don't talk. Silence is power. Real quickly,
give us your breakdown real quick.
I can do it in 1 minute. I love the way Alabama played over the weekend. Extremely excited about the offensive wide receivers. Get the ball out of your hands. Quarterback Tide has done a great job with that, knowing where he's going with the football. Throw it into the hands of those frisbee catching dogs. Welcome back, Ryan Williams. You can have what your color of fingernail polish you want when you play like this. I don't even care. You can do how many podcasts you want. I don't even care, because this is how you're supposed to play. This is why you're making $1.8 million in the NIL. This type of play will double your money to get you 3.5 or so, 3.6 mil. Keep that up. Offensive line got to get better, and they need a running game. They're going to need that in big-time games on the road, like LSU, maybe at South Carolina and other places, at Georgia. Defensively, finally, we saw sacks. Finally, we saw pressure on the quarterback. Welcome. That's how you play defense. Now, that being said, I got to consider the opponent. They had some injuries up there, but that's not Alabama's fault. They did what they had to do. Bray, welcome back to the ball game. Show why you played offense and defense. You understand how to read the quarterback. Great drop. Even though you having a curl flat, you played deep and short. I thought that was excellent. And I thought Kalen DeBoer, welcome to coaching Kalen DeBoer, because he finally got peed off about some stuff. He was screaming and spitting and yelling. That's what I want to see out of him. Welcome, Kalen DeBoer. This is SEC football. This is not fish taco living. This is not all of that healthy stuff. You're getting to collard greens and fat back and cornbread coaching, and that's what I like. So I think Alabama's on the way back. They got 2 weeks to get Jam Miller, those guys healthy, and then you come down near my way. Come down across the state line to Georgia and go down to Athens, Georgia, and let's see, have you learned anything? And let's go compete and play football. And if you win, praise God, that's great. But if you lose in a tight game, nobody's going to really say much about it, because Georgia's a tough place to go win. So I'm excited about what they're doing. All 3 phases was good. Even the coaches, I give A+ across the board, except the offensive line. You got to
special teams. Well, I was about to. I want to give him a D. I mean, running game was great. I mean, protection was
give him a D.
So. I give him I give him a C because I mean there's times they gave there were some clean pockets in there too. Now again, I get how you grade, but that's fine. I'll give him at least a C. I think they
They'll give Wisconsin front seven is stout,
and their front seven was pretty decent. So I'll give them at least.
But then they get a D. They get a D.
It is what it is. We can live with it. I will say this: special teams though gave up a kick return touchdown.
Yeah, I don't get them A plus. I get them B minus.
That's fair. All right, let's we got like 3 minutes for Tommy. Let's get Tommy on here. Tommy, welcome in, brother.
Hey guys, it's Tony, but that's all right.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Did I read that wrong?
No,
it's Tony.
It's Tony in Birmingham.
I'm sorry. They typed Tommy. I'm sorry. No worries, Reed. You're good. No,
that's okay. It's not a big deal.
Sorry.
Gentlemen, that's okay. But Mr. Miller, I couldn't agree with you more. I've coached football for the last 22, 23 years, and I'm probably still the only one that uses and utilizes a functioning fullback with maybe two tight ends on the same offensive set. And there's something about that, gentlemen, even though you kind of know what to expect, they don't have the players that are prepared to go against that because they don't see that in practice anymore. Mm-hmm. Think about it. Yeah. Y'all name me the last time a fullback was recruited anywhere. You don't see them. And so it gives you an advantage. And the problem that I see with Alabama right now is the lack of a run game. And I think they're trying to run the ball. But, gentlemen, if we practice against the players that we've recruited to play our offense, we are a finesse offense team right now. So we're going to see how we run the ball in practice, and we're going to carry that forward. And I don't know if we're going to be able to prepare. I think we've got the players to do it, but we don't see it enough in practice to go up against a team like Georgia. That's what I'm concerned with.
Definitely not when you're talking about 22 personnel that you might be running with a fullback in the back, two tight ends. That smashed my football. That's kind of like short yards and goal type of offensive sets. You're right. Physicality, lowest man win, and you don't get a chance to see that at all.
Coach, don't. I have younger coach. I coached against Stan White, and Stan White committed because, Coach, we hadn't seen that in decades. We don't practice this. We don't have the personnel. We can practice your looks, but we don't have the personnel to get what we're about to see. We don't have that. We don't have it because we can't do it physically because we don't have those type of players. We don't build them that way, and that is a huge difference, guys. And to me, football is cyclical. At one point, it will come back. I see the I formation more and more now in pro football.
Yeah, I'm afraid, Tony. I'm afraid to come back, man. Me, I'm old school, brother. I like what do you call it? Crackle and pop, smash, crackle and pop. Yes, baby, let's go. That's right. Let's get it. Let's get 13 to 10. I like 13 to 10 games. I like 13 to 9 games. But people want PlayStation football. Man, throw that mess out the window. Give me some real football any day.
I don't like that. And I know, Corey, were you on the team that when we beat Auburn 55-44, 2014?
Yeah, I was.
See, I'm glad we won, but I didn't like that kind of football game. I don't like that. I want to beat somebody 17-0, 24-10. But even though you're up 14-0, the game is over because you can't do anything. They're telling you where they're going to go and you can't stop it. That's demoralizing. You don't have to. You don't have to run, hurry up, no huddle. All you got to do is line up and whip that dude's ass in front of you. That's it. That's demoralizing enough.
Well, you got me fired up driving up to go to the church for a meeting tonight. Wasn't it crazy? Tennessee, Georgia, that score.
Yes.
But Alabama went down there that year. Jalen Hyatt had 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's because that Josh Heupel offense will do that. Fellas, I hate to cut you guys off, but we're out of time.
Okay.
Call back.
Tony, I appreciate you calling in, man.
Call us back.
Yes, sir. Please call us back, brother. Good deal. All right. We got to get out of here. We got to close things out. So appreciate everybody, all listeners, all our chat, all that good stuff.
What's up, chatters?
Appreciate you guys. Looking forward to doing it again tomorrow right here on the Miller's Edge, presented by the Good Feet Store, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC.
Peace.